This coverage is brought to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more disc golf media coverage. We're coming at you with the European Pro Tour. Got stop number 3, MPO feature card, round 1, front 9 coverage. I'm Tony Ferro.
And with him, Connor Wood, the dynamic duo back at it, bringing you some more coverage from beautiful Finland.
Happy to be back and across the pond, taking some beautiful, beautiful European round coverage action here.
There's no doubt there we do have a few exciting competitors on this feature card. But we'll take a quick look at the tour standings in a moment. Should be exciting to see. You see the tour top 10 here. The top 2 spots, the Hamme brothers, not actually playing at this event, so should give our other competitors a chance to snag some points. Excited to see how it turns out. Who do we have here, Tony?
We have Joris Richter from Germany here, 1013 rated. Youngin, looking really strong though.
Joining us from across the pond, we have Nate Perkins, 1006 rated, coming from Austin, USA. Excited to have him over here.
Oh yeah, expecting some big things out of that sidearm. But we got another European sidearm with Silver Lätt coming out of Pärnu, Estonia. Everybody knows about this guy, can just mash him with the forehand.
He's looking very buttoned up. We see Lauri Lehtinen here, no stranger to European pro coverage, always in contention for a podium spot. Don't sleep on this guy.
Yeah, seems to be a real familiar face. Alright, well let's kick it off. We got hole 1, par 3, 72 meters. This is a fairly easy hole to start off with. You do have OB round the basket and on the fairway, but the trees are pretty small. Most of these guys are just going to pop a huge spike hyzer, try to land it right on this uphill slope. Get yourself a birdie to start the round off.
Oh yeah. We do have about 22 degrees Celsius with roughly 20 to 30 kilometer an hour winds, a few conditions to contend with, but just enough to keep it interesting.
Liking the individual music for your first tee shot. It's always fun. Oh, we see Joris here coming up a bit low, bit short. We'll see how those trees are for his putt.
Perkins taking a little more of a sensual soundtrack to his tee shot, firing off his hyzer also over the top. Brings it up nicely in bounds, edge of circle.
Just squeaking inside. We got Silver up next. A little punk action going down. Hyzering over the trees. And squeaking through the last one. That'll put him about 6 meters.
Lauri definitely coming out with a vibe there as well. He's looking to line up his backhand hyzer. Floats it nicely over the top. We'll see if he can make the correction from the card. And he does go a bit more wide, keeping himself nice and safe.
Yeah, Lauri's got my style with the music.
A cool opportunity for these players to tell a little bit more about themselves as we see Joris up first, long birdie putt. But just connects with that obstacle tree.
Yeah, a tree was in the line of that putt. Lauri with a much more open putt, and he will capitalize nicely on his birdie.
Great start to this round 1 front 9 coverage.
No doubt.
And you could see Lauri not too far away, still putting before Nate and Silver here. So really showing how close that OB is that they're next to, but just a tad low from Nate there.
Unfortunate. See if Silver can capitalize here. Should be routine at this level. Oh no!
Oh wow, that was a roller coaster to watch.
Millimeters too short. Ugh.
That did look to be inside the basket before it came back out.
Yeah, that's a nub action at its best. Just catching just enough speed off the disc to hit chains and push it right back out. You hate to see it.
As Lauri there picking up the lone birdie, the rest of our feature card picking up their pars. Off we go.
All right, after our little walk, we will get to hole 2, par 4, 220 meters. You got to pick your gap here on the first tee shot, if you're going to go left gap or right gap. I'm thinking they're going to mostly go left side, try to turn something over, flex it out, try to get as much D as possible, setting up for this really difficult second shot through an extremely tight gap. Once you've completed that, you're going to have to go uphill then and find yourself on this sloping green. This is a tough par 4. I can't really say much else.
Classic EPT hole right here. This was the third hardest hole of the day, coming in at 4.6. Significant half stroke over par. Lauri up first. Flipping his backhand up and over. We'll see if he can get it to fade left back into the fairway. Seems to have been contending with that rightmost tree line. He'll be in some trouble.
Seemed to kind of work out there at the end, but yeah, he's going to be pinched off for the second shot. Not going to be happy there. Joris coming up a little low off of the tee. That's going to leave him well short. Most likely just pitching up to the mouth.
Nate up next, also getting a nice soft flip over right down the middle. Soft landing as well. Little curl up. He should be in a safe spot. Likely also pitching up to the mouth. We see silver here. You see all the back three throwers there throwing definitely lower than Lauri, perhaps contending with that wind, trying to play a more controlled line. Lauri did get a lot of distance though, despite being in that tree line, so I still think he'll have a decent chance here.
Yeah, I would agree. This is a big risk reward off the tee, trying to get that extra distance to push yourself for the birdie potential. Because back here, you might as well just erase birdie.
And you can see it looks like Silver did want that birdie, but his forehand flex not turning for long enough, faded out slightly early. We'll see what he has left. Joris, for a very similar line, overturns it.
Oh, whoa. That looks like a missed shot there. Just maybe wrong disc of choice or something. That held the Anheuser way too long.
We'll see if Nate can split the difference. A beautiful height to get a
there
bit
you
of ground
go.
play. That's a nice flare right there to put himself with, I believe, a long look up that hill.
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little too far to make a run at it, but you can at least give it a soft bid with the approach, with the uphill slope. Just got to land it flat. Lauri as well, coming up a bit short right. We'll have to see if he's got some trees in his way to get up and down on the basket.
Speaking of trees in the way, Silver, with a very tough look, did seem to connect with one of them along the way. Joris from the bushes here. Little jump putt to put himself back into the fairway.
Smart play, just pitching out, get yourself in position, get up and down from here.
Do you think on this slope it offers them a chance to give it a bid, or are you worried about the rollaway if you come in too hot?
You got to think both ways on that. It's you could give it a bid because you've got that backboard potential behind the basket, but you really got to be soft on the disc angle when it lands. Otherwise, yeah, skip, roll, anything's possible on that. It seems like it's on a rock or something.
Some Finnish terrain to contend
No
with.
doubt.
Lauri up now, forehand approach. This is his third, so if he can get himself close, as he seems to just roll down the back, he should have maybe a par putt from edge of circle.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about with that angle control, coming in too hot with the spike, and it just rolls away. Silver, unfortunately, catching that guardian tree on his way in. Ooh, but nice by Nate, just squeaking past the last guardians. He will be up and down for his par.
Super smooth by Nate there. We'll see if Silver can get his way up there. Looks to give it a little bit and sits right by the basket. I think he'll be happy to move on from this hole. Joris now, what looks like from the knee, says, I don't want any of that action, but does still get a little bit.
Almost said, I'm just going to roll away with that half attempt layup.
When you have winds like these, you really have to be careful as Lauri fires in a beautiful par putt.
Great putt in the wind. Solid save. All right, Joris up now. Clearing the way for his foot. Great. Unfortunate double bogey, but got to stop the bleeding, make that putt.
Third hardest hole, still early. Silver also taking his double bogey, and Nate taking his par. Definitely a bit of damage done, but we still have a lot of holes left to go.
Well, let's move it on to a little shorter hole. We got hole 3, par 3, 94 meters, double mando right off of the tee. After that, you're heading downhill and got to split the trees down here. Head on into this basket perched up on the rock. I could see this being a flex forehand shot. Really fairway shapes out for that.
I would agree. I think with a bit of creativity, you could likely throw a whole variety of shapes here, but forehand definitely offering a nice natural shape with the fairway.
Yeah, if you got it in your bag, I would definitely use it. As we see Lauri, he's showing us the route, catching some of the guardian trees, but that's putting him just outside the circle for his birdie attempt.
As Nate also opting for that forehand flex, unfortunately gets that nose down a little bit and is pushed into the ground a bit early. I think he'll have a long, unobstructed look though. Just didn't quite get the distance I'm sure he wanted. Joris now.
Ooh, this looks clean. Maybe a little too early on the hyzer out, but I liked the angle control.
As we can see and hear the wind here, always a factor from the elevated tees. Silver, no stranger to that sidearm game. Turns it over, doesn't quite get that last fade at the end, but definitely putting himself in a good spot. Should have a look for his birdie.
Yeah, this had to be a tough hole today with that left to right crosswind there. Really slamming the disc down as soon as you let it go. Got to play it a bit higher than you think, and then it messes with your head. We see everybody just taking layups, not really wanting to deal with this fast green, let's say, when the basket perched up on the rock.
I think this man does want to deal with it. He gives it a solid bid and skips off the basket behind.
Great run. Great run. Joris up as well. This will be the last attempt for birdie. Oh, right off the top band. Great run for it, though. Give it the height. That's what I always say.
Better miss high than miss low. And Silver pops that one in for par.
Such a jabby putt. Just like a laser beam in there.
I think the likely outcome for all of our feature card here as they tap in their pars. A beautiful little hole. Some of the most commanding double mando markers I've ever seen.
Yeah, really just a risk reward. Hole 4, got a par 3, 108 meters. Got a downhill, fairly downhill shot, open off the tee. And as we come in here to the green, we can see it is wrapped around with trees. OBs that are lining the fairway start to bottleneck into the basket. Not too difficult of a hole. Definitely one on this course you're thinking, I want to get this one.
At 108 meters, the sidearm needing some serious distance. Lauri up first, still holding the box.
Yeah, as we've seen in previous coverage, this is Lauri's bread and butter, the sidearm, and he just executes that one with ease, putting him well in the circle for birdie.
Nate opting for a similar line, getting a bit of play in the wind, elevatoring up and down, but catches a slightly bigger flare. I think he's right up there next to Lauri.
I would agree. If he's not right next to him, he's not very far from him. All right, Joris up as well, pitching out the sidearm, looking to have copied the line well. Ooh, but it's got to stop. Look at that reverse roll.
That's
Get some
backspin.
love.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Silver now. Flipping up his forehand. We'll see if he can connect with that hard earth and get the flare. He does, but unfortunately hangs it out a little bit wide and will be OB.
That is unfortunate. This would be one I would assume Silver is licking his chops at.
I would think so as well. We'll see if he can salvage his par. Unfortunately connecting with some chains, but just not enough to keep it in. We'll see our other competitors now with their birdie looks.
Nate up first. Oh, yeah. Solid putt right on the pole. And that will move him to one down.
The perks of being Nate Perkins. Lauri next.
Oh, yeah. Smooth like butter.
Always a great pace on his putts. As we see Joris now closest of the bunch, keeping his inbounds just barely. This will be for his birdie as well. And there it is.
That'll put Joris on the board.
You're right, that is his first birdie of this round one. An early double bogey giving him a bit of trouble. Tricky hole 2 as Silver taps in his bogey after going OB on the first. You can see this does seem to be a bit of a separating hole. 2s and 4s very likely.
Yeah, it's a tough course. Tough start to the course, too. Well, let's move it on. We got our crazy par 5, hole 5, 311 meters. Got this straight shot to hit off the tee. And then we start to curve it right and head uphill, uphill, uphill. Gotta miss these 2 guardian trees in the middle of the fairway. Getting as far up as you can as we start to dogleg right now. One more tunnel. One more hill to get your approach shot up to. Watch out though, because the basket's right in front of a drop-off. Good luck.
One more tunnel, one more hill sounds like the story of some of these Finnish courses. This was the hardest hole of the day. As we see Lauri up first, I'm excited to see how our feature card contends with this monster par 5. Lauri's forehand swinging in very nicely up to that mouth. He should have a great look uphill.
Yeah, can you ask for much more? That was right at the corner, just before it starts heading uphill. Beautiful drive. Nate's looking to try to copy, but a little inside, squeaking through the trees, but that's going to be a bit short. We'll have to see what kind of angle he has from there.
Joris up next. And
I'm
also
actually,
a bit inside.
sorry, kind of curious. Do you have any stats on the scores on this hole? Are
I
there any
do, and
crazy numbers?
they are shocking. For a par 5, this hole in round 1 averaged 6.4.
Whoa.
Serious stuff here.
You got the highest score?
The highest score of hole 5, there were double digits, I'll say that.
I could imagine. I could only imagine. Man, maybe the hardest hole in disc golf right now?
Playing 1.5 strokes over the par. To get par, it must feel like a birdie, a good one at that. So I think definitely the possibility for a very happy 5 here. Probably we'll see a few numbers above that as well, but this feature card, many strong players here for us today. Perkins going up into the fairway. Not sure if he made it down that little hillside.
Yeah, I think he's just pitching around, just trying to set up for that uphill third shot. Hopefully getting as far as he can to get an open fourth shot to hopefully get to that pin. I mean, it's a tall order on this hole. All right, we can see here.
Just 4 perfect shots.
All right, that's position A, drive, and approach. He beat the Guardians. He got the Guardians on that second shot, so.
Joris opting for that same turnover forehand.
Oh, that's in the trees on the left side, though. We'll see what kind of stuff he's got in there.
Perkins.
Nate from a crazy angle.
Oh, but look at the flight.
Wow.
Great scramble by him there.
What a third shot from Nate. That is amazing. I'm curious where that is.
And Silver now, also firing his forehand down the fairway, has a lot of heat, a lot of fade. He got quite a ways up there, but maybe contending with a few trees.
All right, Lauri from a little bit pinched off, but still with another big sidearm. Unfortunately catching some trees on the left side of the fairway, but he should have an open up and down for the 5. Whoa, that was really, really well executed from Joris. Flex sidearm around the corner. We see Nate doing a crazy Anheuser.
I thought he also likely wanted that to flex out a little bit. Didn't quite get the fade and sends himself off the right of the fairway. So Lauri with 2 great shots. We'll see he is now lying here for his next one. Connecting with the tree and gets a bit of love. He's right up there by the basket.
Yeah, that's in the circle. A little bit short, but you got to be happy with the putt for a 5 on this hole.
Taking a stroke and a half on the field on average. I think they will be very happy with the 5. Silver putting himself nicely up there as well for his putt. Joris looking for the standstill backhand. Has a nice straight look right to it.
Super smooth. Yeah, that'll put him
just a little short.
Yeah, no problem though.
Nate with the first putt. Sends it from down the hill and fades out a little bit early, but keeps himself safe and right next to the basket.
Lauri up next. This is for the infamous par. Oh, yes, sir.
So clean.
Taking strokes on the entire field, I'm sure. Yeah, how many pars did this hole have?
Hole 5 had 27 pars, 49 bogeys, 38 double bogeys, and even some triples and beyond. Par was the least likely outcome for any player here today, statistically.
Congratulations to all 27 of you that managed to par this hole. You did an amazing feat.
And as we make our putts here, there were no birdies, understandably.
I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine a birdie.
Your second shot would need to be so insane to fight up that hill that a 5 is a great performance on that hole. Tell us about hole 6.
Oh, you're probably just loving life at this point after that par 5. Got a par 3, 76 meters uphill. Just got hit that right or left gap. Put yourself up flat on this pretty fast green, I'm going to say. It looks again to be some kind of a rock structure or really hard packed dirt. Could really see some rollaway potential, skipaways, but I'm sure you're looking at a 2 after that par 5.
I would agree. Perhaps a little sigh of relief as they have a friendlier hole here, 76 meters with a bit of uphill. Lauri up first, looking for that turnover backhand line. Soft landing.
Oh, that looks great. Right up there, about 4 meters away.
And I think it's unlikely that they come to stop on that hard-packed earth or stone, as you mentioned, with it being up on that hill and so dense. I think that's quite a normal landing zone where Silver and Lauri are just off that slope.
Yeah, I would totally agree. Really, parking this hole, I'm sure, is just a rarity. You have to ding the pole and just hope it sits or something.
Perkins with the
or put it in
line. There you go.
Well, as I speak, Nate shows me up, and I can't believe that didn't go in. That was centimeters from the chains.
That was an inverse commentator's curse there. As we mentioned how hard it is, Perkins lays up a beautiful shot, but I believe that was Joris there, connecting to a tree and kicking out left.
All right, yes, it was Joris, and he will be up first. And this looks to be just a layup. Ooh, but coming up short.
On this tricky slope, any metal that isn't in could land you in some trouble.
You are correct there.
We'll see Silver now try to make sure he puts this one in for his birdie. This would put him on the board. Oh, just another one off the top, but does keep it close. That should be a par for him.
That's a great bid from that distance on that green.
The man's got some snap on his putt.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and this is exactly what I was thinking as well. It's just you miss, and it's way far away again.
Lauri 2 down, currently leading our feature card, looking for his third birdie here of the round 1 front nine.
Oh, just short right. Joris, this is for a bogey.
Quite a scary putt, if we're being honest here, but keeps it in. Good putt by him.
Yeah, you could see the hesitation in his arm, and he ended up a little short side, but it caught. Happy, stop the bleeding, move on.
Silver taking his 3 as well, and Lauri likely the same. Look at that, what a professional. Takes off the bag for the tap-in, leaves nothing to chance in this wind, and secures his 3.
Beautiful.
And
that tap in. Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. Glad we could see one park job.
Oh, yeah. How would you not? Hole number 7, par 4, 164 meters. the craziest fairway you're going to see on this course. Just ups and downs, but we are traveling uphill. Got a right to left on the fairway, and then heading straight up. Gotta just beat all these trees through and through, getting to the basket with rocks covering every part of this green. Watch out behind it, as Finnish love to do it. There is a drop off behind the basket.
Some danger on the putt after that tap-in birdie. Nate Perkins first up on the tee. Looking for a little forehand flex, turns it over nicely. We'll see if his fade can beat through the tree line. And he nestles up, looks to be nice and cleanly in the fairway with some decent distance.
Yeah, it's hard to tell where that exactly is, but did look like it was on the fairway.
He might be a bit pinched off there, but Lauri fires one straight past Nate's disc, but also into the tree line, taking a bit more distance, but a bit less accuracy.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that one is a bit more into the no man's land on the right side. Oh, Silver looking to have started his Anheuser angle, but just caught right side guardian tree. That's going to be a bit short.
Joris releasing on the hyzer angle, flips it up to flat but not over, and goes a little bit too straight, not taking that dog leg to the right.
Did you see how flippy that disc was? He looked like he barely threw it. And it was on a so huge hyzer angle.
I don't know if that was the disc or the wind there, but he definitely rode a gnarly hyzer angle there. Silver with his forehand approach. There is something to be said, a unique shape to the hyzer release with a very understable disc, getting the slow turn the whole way. Not quite the same as forcing something over on Anheuser.
Yeah, I do agree. It is better for the tunnel shots to hit that gap and let it just slowly turn as it's going straight and then finishing right. Gives you more fairway to deal with.
As we see these guys all looking like they're scrambling despite being in or close to the fairway. You just see how many trees they're contending with here on this tricky par 4. Lauri now with a little chip hyzer. He threw it so far off the tee. But
wow,
makes his way up there, edge of circle.
Great little scramble from inside the rough. That was awesome. Let's see, Joris up next.
With the wind blowing right at him, he controls his angles perfectly and puts himself right up to the basket.
That's a park job.
Speaking of, there's another one from Nate there.
I believe, was that a park job or was that just a chip up for par?
I believe Joris also went too straight on his first. I think they're both going to be tapping in their pars. We'll take a look as they make their way to the green. Lauri now for his birdie.
There we go.
Clean round so far from this young man.
Yeah, 3 down on this front 9. That is shooting well. I could not imagine that there's too many scores that could be hotter than that. Unless you're having the time of your life.
Silver, unfortunately, unable to get a birdie here today, catching a few bogeys and a lot of pars, as our other competitors also tap in their pars. Tell us about beautiful hole 8.
Oh, this one's looking nice. Big downhill shot on this par 3, 75 meters. It's an island, but it's hazard. So you've got that nice little perched up green there. You got to land in that. Otherwise, you're going to be playing from your lie with a penalty. Pretty cool hole.
Bit of love from the designers there with this heart-shaped island.
Oh, I think this is a grenade. Oh, you betcha. Oh, but he doesn't stick it. Just skipped off the green, and he will be putting from there for a 3. Oh, Nate as well, just floating
Nate
by.
going long on his tee shot there. Silver opting for that lower forehand line.
Sticks it.
Keeps himself nice and safe.
That'll do it. Let's see, Joris up next.
And Joris now lining up his backhand off the tee. We'll see if he can make it to the island.
Oh,
But
he
a
is
slightly
just
low
short.
release comes Hazard early. As we see our spectators enjoying the beautiful weather. Nate Perkins. Oh, a good bid for his par save there. There you go, Joris taking his par despite being OB early. Hazard stroke. Putts from his lie but does secure the 3. Lauri now. Keeping his round clean, manages to secure his 3 as well.
There we go for Silver with the birdie.
Love to see it.
Nate, unfortunate bogey there, bringing him back to even for the round. Well, let's finish it off with hole 9, par 3, 84 meters. Got this curving left to right fairway with OB all around. About 2/3 into that fairway is a bunch of guardian trees blocking this green. Most righties, if you got the sidearm, you're going to use it on this hole.
Does shape up very nicely, but that OB right behind the basket, if you send it long or too far right, you could get in trouble quickly. Silver up first.
Well, this is looking to be hot. Get that skip in. Park job central.
Wow.
That's what you want to see from that shot, I guess.
You see
Let's see if Lauri can copy that line.
He did like it. As he looks for a very similar shape, similar height. Instead of getting the skip there, he looked to get caught up in the grass or on something on the ground and does a little spin out. Comes up a little bit early, but makes his way through the trees, it looks like. Joris now.
Oh no, worm burner. You can't say anything good about that. You're just coming in too low, too flat, catching a slight uphill slope in the ground and no distance.
We see Nate here sitting at even currently. This could be his chance to end his front 9 under par. Sends it just a little bit straight, but has a long, unobstructed look. We'll see his putt tested there on that one. Joris for his approach.
There's the skip he was looking for off the tee shot, and that will put him about 5.5 meters from the basket. Nate for birdie.
Yeah, let's go. Pops that one right in to put himself at 1 under par. Beautiful putt by Nate there.
Oh yeah, let's see it again. I love that kind of putt, just dropping it into the basket.
Just a little step carries his momentum and weight forwards. Pops it up, drops it in.
That would have went in without the chains. That was a really great putt.
We'll see if Lauri can match for his 2.
Oh, hits the next tee sign. Oh man, unfortunately a bit low there.
Nicely done by Joris to secure his par after the short first shot off the tee. No troubles there, and congratulations to that man for a tap-in birdie. Really nice shot
That
by
was
Silver.
huge. Huge tee shot. All right, well, that'll do it for the front nine. Thanks for tuning in with us, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe.
We got Lauri here leading this feature card at 3 under, Nate Perkins at 1 under, Silver at 1 over, and Joris at 3 over. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to go to the link in the description of this video to leave us some feedback on the future of more disc golf media. We hope to hear from you to help us improve the viewer's experience. As we see the leaderboards through the front nine now, only RAMIRENT with the hot round of -4.
That's shooting. That's not bad. We got Lauri right behind him at -3.
Couple players tied up there. Should be a good back nine. See you there.
Let's do it, boys. Over and out.